Radio, broadcasting on 106.2 FM and online.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Salam Radio on 106.2 FM. I'm your host, Shaz and I have in the studio with me
Kieron Bateman.
How are you, Mr. Bateman?
Exhausted. How are you?
Exhausted.
Good way to be, right?
Keeps us out of trouble, isn't it? Keeps us busy, yeah. Have you nearly finished that long stint of 12 or 14 days that you were working non-stop?
So that finished on Saturday.
And Sunday you started again?
And then I had to pick up some more bits yesterday, today, tomorrow. And I think my next day off is now Saturday again. So, yeah.
Busy time, isn't it?
It's just that time of year, isn't it? Everyone start gearing towards big events that are happening at the end of the year, and suddenly there's a lot more. Oh, can we do? We need to prep for this. We need to plan for this. We need to do this. Can you jump on this meeting? Can you do this? Can you add this? Oh, we need to go out and buy. Can you source this? Can you go?
Well, it's seasonal, isn't it? And this is obviously a good season for the type of business that you're in.
Yeah.
And for many other people, of course, for the type of products or services that they offer. When the Christmas and New Year time is the busiest
time
for retail, etc., isn't it?
Yeah.
Hospitality, restaurants, food, so on and so forth.
And Christmas starts before Halloween.
Yeah. It did, doesn't it?
Yeah. But, we enjoy it. How are things with you?
Yeah, busy.
Also busy.
Non-stop, isn't it? But it's the life you choose, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You choose how busy you want to be or you don't want to be to some extent. Once you're on the right path, so to speak.
As long as I'm busy doing things that I enjoy doing, and those
it's a
things,
choice, isn't it?
And those things that I enjoy make me money. I'm
some
happy.
people might think that are just, but I think we all have a choice.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes like you said, sometimes you've got to choose a hard path to get to the path that you want.
Yeah,
the easy path or the easier path isn't working. But that's a different conversation for a different day.
We'll cover the hard or the easy path next week.
There you go then. I'll be in Pakistan, so we'll have to do it.
Yes, you will.
Via Zoom or Skype.
Via Zoom, yeah.
Which works fine, isn't it? Anyhow. This week on Wealth Made Simple, we're continuing the episodes on positioning and personal branding, which we've done for the last few weeks. So if you've missed any of the episodes, you can go back, tune in, and listen to them. I think this has probably been my most enjoyable topic, Kieron.
I like marketing.
Yeah, this is marketing, isn't it? But yeah, I think it's been very good. I mean, we did quite a bit on leverage.
We did. I think between positioning and leverage and marketing, if you can master those three things, it'll be intentional if your business fails. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
If you've got your marketing down and you know what you're doing and you know who you're marketing to and all of that, if you've got your positioning right and you're leveraging the right things, it's very difficult to fail.
Yep. You're heading in the right direction.
Yeah. And as long as you're open to learning all the time, go with it.
So this week we're focusing in terms of positioning on what you and I call higher and better perceived status.
Yes.
And of course, perception is reality to some extent.
Yes.
It is an individual's reality, because what they perceive to see and know and hear and believe is their reality, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
it's not the reality, but it's their reality, isn't it?
Well, you'll see this in shops all the time, and this is a good thing about perceived stuff. So you can buy a TV. It's £1,000. You can buy a TV with a sound unit. Now that sound unit is worth on the shop floor another £1,000, but you'll get this bundle for £1,000 and 99 pence. The perceived value of that, and it's a perceived value.
Yep.
It's not an actual value, because that sound system that goes with it isn't going to cost them £1,000 to buy in. They're not selling it to you without a markup. So, and there's enough of a markup on the TV in the first place for them to be able to absorb the cost and still make a profit.
You and I have talked before, as have many other people, in terms of McDonald's and go large.
Yeah.
The perceived value and the cost to McDonald's are two very different things. The cost is minimal,
Yeah.
but the perceived value to the buyer is significant, so they're willing to pay that extra, and the margin that they make on that extra go large is huge. Same with, when we're talking about a TV. Companies started offering you extended warranty
Yeah.
for a small amount of money in comparison to what you're buying, 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, depending on obviously whatever you're buying. But the margin on that was ginormous.
It was almost 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Less obviously whatever cost you can have in the future in terms of any.
but how many
claims.
people take those in air quotes insurance packages out and never claim on them or forget about them?
Yeah.
If you've bought something that you never use, and it's just a bit of paper that doesn't cost the shop or the supplier anything, until someone claims on it, it's 100% profit.
Well, the trick is to get to a place where a potential customer or client sees something as low cost, high perceived value.
Perceived value, yep.
Then it becomes a no-brainer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just like go large, just like would you like 2 or 3 or 5 years extended warranty?
Well, I mean, at the beginning, McDonald's employees didn't ask if you wanted to go large, did they?
No.
And including that in their training and telling them that you have to ask every customer increased their revenue by something like £10 million a year. It was something ridiculous like that just by asking that one question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's everywhere, though.
It's everywhere, yeah.
If you buy a coffee and if you don't ask the person and just give them a standard size, regular size cup, fine. But if you ask them, would you want regular, large or extra large? Some will say large and some will say extra large.
Yeah.
And, whether you give somebody a regular coffee or a large or extra large, the extra cost to the supplier isn't that much, but the profit and the margin is a lot higher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. It's one of those things that going large is basically embodies everything we're going to talk about this week. It is the perceived value.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go into that and talk about developing a premium product or service offering. Now, this is huge, Kieron. When I first came across this, it was an absolute game changer. So you and I have, again, talked about this in the past, where you offer 2 or more levels of service or a product.
Good, better, best.
Good, better, best. Because some people will say, I'll have the good one, which is the standard. Some will say, I'll have the better one. And some will say, I'll have the best one.
Yeah.
The cost or the better and best isn't that much, but the perceived value is huge. So it's an absolute win-win for both the supplier and the customer.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's go into face care, face creams, beauty, right? You can buy an own brand that has, whatever ingredients in and stuff. All right, fine. And that will cost you maybe £5. You can buy a high-end luxury, clues in the name, luxury brand for £500. Now, most of us aren't going to do that. At £500, are the ingredients significantly different and significantly more expensive to make the difference 100 times the price?
Well, the same goes to some extent, and I'm sure you had this conversation and debate stroke discussion many a time, as have I, with designer goods.
Yeah.
Somebody might pay £20 for a shirt, for example, and some people will pay 200 and some will pay 500, £1,000 plus. Is the extra worth the extra? And it comes back to perceived value.
Yeah.
We are going to go to a quick break very shortly because we'll have the call to prayer, so that'll obviously kick in the next couple of minutes, but we'll carry on until that happens, Kieron. But yeah, so beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes. Or the eye of the beer holder.
If somebody feels that they're getting, they'll buy anything.
Yeah.
Word was fine. But if somebody feels that paying for that £500 face product, as you put it, right, is justifiable to them, and it's going to make them feel better wearing it and using it, I would say, why not?
And whilst I agree with that, I also want, if I'm selling two products and I'm selling a £5 product and a £500 product, just to use the cream analogy, and I sell 45 £5 products, but I sell 3 £500 products, where have I made my money? I don't need to sell as many of the large ticket items.
We don't.
You know, you can either make it cheap, stack it high, and sell in volume.
I'm not a fan of that personally, but
Or
it does work.
you can sell small amounts to a discerning customer because it's luxury.
But based on my
And
experience,
it's the perceived value of that. They find it worthwhile.
anywhere from, and I'm just using kind of round numbers, but anywhere from 5% to up to about 25% of any one particular company's or suppliers' customer base, client base, will go for the better or best option,
Yes.
if given one.
Yes. But
But you're
people
leaving money on the
have-
table.
But they have to know that it's there.
Yeah, and you have to share that with people.
And you've got to position it correctly.
And here's the interesting, because again, I have this conversation a lot with people who send their children to private school.
Yep. Big
and,
fan.
And they'll say, well, there's some parents who are just about, because I think the perception in some people's mind.
This is Salam Radio, Peterborough's Muslim Community Radio. Broadcasting on 106.2 FM and online.
You're listening to Salam Radio, and it's now time for Maghrib Azan. This Azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد.
You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum. We're now back after the call to prayer. You're listening to Wealth Made Simple. I'm your host, Shaz Nawaz, and I have this in the studio with me,
Kieron Bayman.
As always, we welcome your participation. You can do that by calling us on 01733 602 133, text on 07411 191 062, or comment on any of the live streams which are on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch. This week on Wealth Made Simple, we're talking about, obviously, continuing to talk about positioning, and this week we're focusing on higher and better perceived status.
Yes.
So you were, I think, making a point, Kieron, just before we went for a quick break, short break, on perception of an individual.
Yeah. So if you've got the perceived value of something that is high, you only need to sell less of them.
Yeah.
Now, if the individual selling that item has perceived value, it can sell for even higher value, which is why you get like celebrity endorsements. You know, is you know, picking a random brand out of Yves Saint Laurent, is, you know, Versace, is Dior. Does it cost? How much does it cost to actually make? Realistically, nowhere near what they're charging for it. Their profit margins are probably huge. But a lot of that cost is also incorporated into celebrity endorsement. And that's where they lose some of their margin. You know, but they make more money on it because you see on your TV advert, oh look, there's, you know,
Whoever you look up to.
you know, yeah, whoever you want.
That's
you know.
Kieron. He's rolling around in a new Aston Martin.
I need an Aston Martin.
One as well.
Yeah.
And Aston Martin gave Kieron, well, they used to anyway, some of them, a free car, because if Kieron's the cool dude, okay,
Yeah.
they get better street cred, so to speak. And lots of people want to be rolling around in Aston Martin.
Exactly. And you know, that's the thing. That's why you don't have why you have models promoting perfumes, because they're beautiful. Yeah, whether it's a male model, whether it's a female model, they are aspirational looking. And they look aspirational.
Well, that's changed a bit recently.
It has, but predominantly it still is what it is.
I think it's a good change, by the way, because
Yeah.
sometimes people, I think our person is better marketing, and
They want to see
aspiration is
themselves
good.
there.
Yeah, they want to see themselves there.
But
So-
there's still that there is always that one
Of course there is.
that is
Of course there
aspirational
is, yeah.
in that group, even in the groups. And a lot of that is, you know, psychology. You know, buy the right thing, get the right girl. Buy this, get the money, get the respect,
It's all linked,
it is.
my friend.
It's
Yeah.
all linked. And
It's creating an emotional connection.
yeah, if I want to go out on a night out and I want to speak to pretty people, I need to smell pretty. A very basic level, you know, and that's the basic psychology behind it. But what pretty smell do I want? Do I want to smell like Chris Hemsworth? Do I want to smell like, you know,
George
Clooney?
Yeah.
You know, yes is the answer.
Yeah, you're right. It's aspirational, and those endorsements.
Because
Cost a lot
they
of money.
have perceived value as individuals.
Yeah.
They're high value individuals.
Yeah. Then it goes one step further in terms of you have a artist or sporting personality, Messi or Ronaldo, for example.
Yeah.
Because there's well-known examples who say we only wear Nike trainers.
Yeah.
Well, how many people look up to them?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And that's an even stronger endorsement.
Yeah.
Because now people who follow footballers and wear sportswear, their favorite footballer says, I only wear Nike and happens to be one of the best players in the world. Their sales is going to go through the roof, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. But see, that isn't just perceived value. That is also skill value.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, one of the best footballers
People
in
make
the
that
world.
connection. People make that connection in themselves anyway. He's so good if he uses Nike trainers, for example, or whatever. Could be Adidas, could be Reebok, could be any of them. Okay, there must be a reason.
Yeah, there must be a reason. They must be good.
Yeah.
But that is value by association
100%.
because he's good.
Yeah, and that is
They
a very
must be
different
good.
topic, by the way, but a good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Association, because then you pass over the credibility and the celebrity, if you have it,
Yes.
to somebody else.
Yeah.
And it works exceptionally well in this type of business that you work in.
Oh, yeah, massively.
Huge, isn't it?
And we use it all the time.
But here's the interesting thing, Kieran, that I've established through that. The people who tend to go for the better or best, a significant number of them buy the better or best because of their own self-worth.
Yes. And
I was talking earlier, about private schools.
yep.
And sometimes somebody will mention, well, I send my child to X school and it costs Y amount of money, let's call it £20,000 for the purpose of this example. I was shocked to see how many parents, are sending their children to that school where I wouldn't expect that particular demographic to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they see the value, don't they?
Yeah.
So they make it happen. Whether it's working extra hours or whether it's other family members supporting them, whether it's something else, whether it's
It's a
some
scholarship
or a bursary or whatever. But most of them tend to be funding it themselves through support.
Yeah.
It's because A, the value in education for them, B, that self-worth, and so people will go to any length and
especially
place if they see value in something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And especially when it comes to private schools, my personal opinion of it is I think they're fantastic. The difference in having a class of 10 versus having a class of 40, apples and oranges. But coming back to value and this all links, I promise, is save up and go travelling first class once. Do it once.
Try it out, yeah.
You know what happens.
You might have a problem on your hands going forward.
Because you'll never want to go back. You will find a way to make it happen. And it's the same with the private schools. When you understand the value, you will find a way to make it happen.
And then that comes down to, again, your personal positioning.
Yeah.
Because now if you're spending the extra and you think the extra is worth the extra, you're now going to then think, how do I now create more income for myself? Whether you're an employee, whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, or working in the third sector, doing whatever else you are, think, how do I now create this extra income so I can fund this type of lifestyle? And that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, personally, I won't travel long haul outside of business class. I did it once. It ruined me for the rest of my life.
I know what you mean.
But you understand where I'm coming from.
I'm flying tomorrow.
Yep.
On British Airways, yeah.
Business class?
Yeah.
Exactly. It makes a difference. It makes a huge difference.
Oh, ginormous.
And that's not a perceived value. That's actual value.
Yeah. For sure.
Is it worth Does it cost them the extra cost for the cost of the ticket?
I have a laugh at them all the time, and that's it. Of course, it doesn't.
Of course it doesn't. Do you care?
Because you can get a lot more done.
Exactly.
If you're smart about it. Because generally speaking, business class was made for people who are
busy.
doing on business. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're getting work done, and obviously going through security is quicker, easier. You have a different queue.
You've got the
and
lounge.
You've got the lounge. You spend 2-3 hours there. You're boarding the plane, everything else, and when you come off, you come out first. Your luggage comes out first, all that kind of stuff. Saves you a lot of time.
Everyone queuing for food. You're not queuing for food. You go in the lounge. You get your own food.
Get stuff done, So it makes a difference. We're about to go to our second and a very short break for best part of 4 or 5 minutes. Please tune in after the break where we're going to finish off our positioning episode.
Peterborough's community radio station, Salam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Craving authentic Desi flavors? Look no further than Desi Restaurant. From midday until 1 in the morning, enjoy our homemade specialties that will transport your taste buds. Indulge in tantalizing papri chaat and savor the rich chersi kadahi. Treat your friends to our fresh 1 kilogram chersi lamb handi. Plus, get 2 12-inch pizzas for $11.95. Located at 298 Lincoln Road, we deliver from lunchtime until 1 a.m. Call 01733 555 795 now to order and experience Desi Restaurant's flavors.
Satisfy your cravings at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant. Enjoy a tantalizing variety of Chinese, Italian, Pakistani and comfort food favourites, from starters to desserts. Kids under 5 dine for free, so bring the whole family to our restaurant at 63 Sycamore Avenue. Open every day from 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Call us on 01733 313131 or book online to reserve your table. Ibrahimi-restaurant.co.uk. Every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
Bite into something wonderfully tasty at Big Mouth, 349 Lincoln Road in Peterborough. Eating in for takeaway or delivery, Big Mouth now have a delicious new menu full of all your favourites. Crispy fried chicken, juicy smashed burgers, finger-licking peri-peri chicken, handmade pizzas, quality doner meat and so much more. So visit the family-friendly Big Mouth restaurant for fantastically fresh food. Call 01733 201020 or visit getbigmouthonline.com.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
At Master's Pharmacy, we put your health and convenience first. We offer free blood pressure checks and blister-packed medication. With our free same-day prescription delivery service, you can have your medication when you need it. We also offer travel vaccinations, including Hajj and Umrah, along with other services to meet all your pharmacy needs. For more information, contact Master's Pharmacy on 01733 567 208 or visit us at 303 Lincoln Road, PE1 2PH.
Masterminds Tuition Academy is for your high schoolers, your something to provers, your subject strugglers and keen learners, your brave jumpers and fist pumpers. Affordable personalised learning plans are delivered through our centres in schools across Peterborough. But not to worry, we also provide online and home visits with flexible timings. Whether it is maths, English, science or 11 plus, Masterminds is a must. Find us on all socials and visit our website mastermindstuitionacademy.com or call us on 07516 166 003. Masterminds, master the matrix.
2020 World Buffet is inspired by the best foods from around the world. See our teppanyaki chefs grill your food to order, or choose delicious Indian, Italian, Chinese, Mexican dishes and British favourites, all halal. 2020 World Buffet offers you unlimited food at a set price. Open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Catering, wedding and party services available too. Call 01733 566 320 or visit 2020buffet.co.uk. 2020 World Buffet, 35 New Road, Peterborough, PE1 1FJ.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. You listen to Salam Radio on 106.2 FM. I'm your host, Shaz Nawaz, and I have in the studio with me
Kieron Bateman.
If you've rejoined us, thank you for rejoining our
Thank you very
the
much.
break. And if you tuned in, thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah.
As always, we welcome your participation, and you can do that by calling us on 01733 602 133.
Don't do that.
Or you can text us on 07411 191 062.
Do that.
Yeah. I think it should be WhatsApp rather than text, but that's the same thing, isn't it? Comment on any of the live streams on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, ask any questions you like, or share your experiences, or agree or disagree, whatever.
I would love for people to disagree with
Yeah,
us.
absolutely. Because
I enjoy it.
Yeah, 50 Shades.
Not because I'm argumentative.
But it's perception, isn't it? That's what it is. It's a 50 Shades degree, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you and I are saying here, people say, I've got a different experience to that.
Exactly.
Good. Let's listen to it.
Yeah. It's like we were having a conversation about networking during the break. And if you can network.
Yeah.
By all means.
And if you can not work.
Yeah.
By networking.
Yeah, exactly. Go and enjoy.
So we're talking about, this week on Wealth Made Simple, we're talking about perception in terms of positioning. And we've talked about obviously good, better, best, and some of the examples where we talked about face cream and food and also education. And the list obviously goes on and on and on. But I think the most important thing is that have the second, the premium, the deluxe, the additional offering, because otherwise you're leaving money on the table.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
So sum up that particular point.
Yeah. You can have it three ways: good, fast, or cheap.
That's right. Yeah, and you can pick any two of those.
Pick any two.
With that, Kieron, what if someone's saying, "Well, I want to offer some kind of a premium service, but where do I go? What do I do?"
Start with. Personally, I would look at what you're offering and list out all the things you want to offer. So that is your C-suite. That is your the expert retail. That is the top of the line. That is the greatest thing you can offer. Then start cutting things off.
Yeah.
And go, this is the medium. Then start cutting things off. All of this is still good value.
Yeah.
Doesn't give you everything. That gives you everything at the top there. And you just pare it back until you've got what I would term the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And then somewhere in the middle, and then everything at the top.
Yeah. And ask your customers.
And
what other things would you like to buy with this?
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon was brilliant, wasn't it? People who bought this also bought this.
Yeah.
Well, if others are buying it, I'll buy it too.
Prime example.
Percentages will do that. Because other people might know what they're talking about. I don't quite know, but I'm buying this thing here. So if they bought that, maybe I need it too.
Yeah.
It's all psychology, isn't it?
All of it. But once you've pared it back, you know it's still good value.
Yeah. Minimum viable product,
MVP, minimum viable product.
Mm-hmm.
Your MVP is your beginner basic. That is your good product.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still got to be good. Whatever else, it's still got to be good. But you go, this is my good product. And it's, for example, £500. This is my better product, it's £1,000. This is my best product, it's £2,000.
Yeah.
And here's what you get more.
But I think with that, you're right, is we talked on a previous episode linked with, obviously, this particular topic, in terms of branding. I think the better, and especially the best, the branding's got to be somewhat different. The feel's got to be different. The look's got to be different.
Yeah.
So people know this is premium.
It's got to feel exclusive.
Yeah. If you have the same seats, we were talking about this earlier, in business class that you've got in economy, well, it ain't different, is it, to them?
No.
So the seats got to be different. Everything's got to look, feel, taste, believe, the perception, whatever, depending on what you're telling, has to be, I think, discerning and different enough. And I want to say, this is worth paying for.
Yeah, well, I mean, when let's take airlines as the example, because they basically encapsulate good, better, best.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. If you look at good, That's your economy class, economy plus.
And then they've gone to good, better, better plus.
Yeah.
Best plus, if you think about it.
Yeah. And you've got a little seat, very little room, but there's a lot of you in there. Then you move up to your business class clientele. There are less seats, so it's more exclusive. There are less of them. But you get better seat, you get better food, you get, the on-demand drinks, you get,
everything. More movies, better movies, newer movies.
Everything is better.
Bigger screen, food whenever you want it.
Exactly. And then you move...
And a menu, and proper cutlery.
And then you move up to first. There are even less seats in first class. There's even more space. You no longer have a seat. You've got a seat and a bed.
Yeah.
You've got your own cubicle. Everything is, again, a degree better. And that basically sums up everything about good, better, best.
Yeah. And then what they've done is saying, okay, those people who don't want to travel economy but can't afford to pay for business, for example, let's find something there for them, premium economy. And then they've got other kind of economy, plus, deluxe and this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I think some of them have complicated it a bit too much. Having 3, possibly 4, I think works fine. Economy, premium economy, business, first, I think it works right. Because I think too much choice confuses people as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. Too much choice, people don't buy anything.
Yeah.
And then after first class, obviously, you've got that one step up where you've got your own airline and you are the pilot.
Well, you've got you've got options there.
Yeah, yeah.
You can buy shares in a plane. You can travel by private plane, and it's not as expensive, Kieran.
I wouldn't own one.
As people know, but you've got to have a lot of money to do that. Or unless you got part of some kind of a syndicate for a smaller plane. But you can, if you're buying single legs from here to a particular journey, and then on the way back, a single leg again, you can get some really good prices. The only thing you have to be flexible on is the dates.
Yeah.
Because a plane's coming back, let's say it's an 8-seater plane, the seat empty, they think tomorrow you can come back tomorrow, you can go tomorrow. They'll give you a discount because rather than having a seat empty, because it ain't costing them that much extra if the 8th person's there or not.
Yeah.
But for them, it's pure profit margin to some extent, if you think about it. Yeah. So they'll discount the price for you. Here you go. So even those kind of things, you can get really good deals. Maybe we should do one on finding deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously linked with that, obviously, is when you talk about premium product, is premium pricing.
Yes.
And making sure that the value that somebody's getting is reflected in the price as well, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So they're getting more than what they're paying for.
Yeah.
I
think that's that.
And there's a good book on pricing, by the way, Kieran. There's a short little booklet. I think it should be on Amazon.
Which one?
Just go in there, type Shaz and Kieron pricing, and the book that I wrote. Oh. Yeah, I've read it. You have read it.
I have read it.
You forgot.
I have read it. Yeah. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, I know you are. And but I did. I don't like saying this is the single biggest thing. This is the most important thing. But price has the single quickest, fastest impact on your bottom line than anything else, Kieran.
It does, but there's. And this is, I think, where some people get it so wrong. There are many so's there. And that is underpricing. Underpricing is dangerous. One, for your bottom line as a businessman, absolutely. But more so, if I tell you I'm going to educate you on business and you can come to my webinar, cost you £5, and I'm going to teach you how to make a seven-figure business, but I'm only going to charge you £5. Oh, okay.
What's the catch?
One, what's the catch? But two, a lot of people are going to go, it's too cheap. It's not worth it. Clearly, the information isn't worth it. If I say to you, okay, it'll cost you $5,000, but I'm going to teach you how to make a 7-figure business in 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
I've done two things there. I've increased the price to a price that people look at it and go...
Significantly increased the price,
yeah. But people look at that and go, That's a considered thing. What am I getting? Oh, now you've given me a time frame as well. You haven't just said a 7-figure business. You've said 7-figure business in 18 months. Well, wait, if you're telling me that it can be done in 18 months, you must know the process. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put that caveat there.
Yep.
Well, okay, well, maybe this is someone worth listening to. Oh, and I'm going to have special speakers from multi-million-pound businesses.
Who've been there, done it, or are doing it.
People that are doing it, people that are deca-millionaires, people that have, started their businesses from nothing, gone to multi-million-pound businesses, lost it all, and then got it all back.
Or have had a huge exit.
Suddenly...
7, 8, 9-figure exit, yeah.
Now, those people might be people in my circle that I can go, hey, I'm putting on this event, can you... And a lot of the time, they'll do it for either a little bit or some of them for free. So that doesn't cost me anything. But the value that they add just by being there, because somebody can Google them, they can look them up on Company's House.
Links back to what we were saying at the start of the episode, celebrity endorsement.
It becomes a celebrity.
If you get a dragon from Dragon's Den coming to speak at your event, because they're a celebrity, there are people who will want to come specifically to hear them speak and be in the same room as them and have the opportunity to rub shoulders with them and have the opportunity to ask them a question or two.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you widen the net.
Now, to make a profit on that event at £5 a ticket, I need to have a massive network. I need to have, a massive marketing campaign to get as many people as I can caught in the net and, signing up. And that's a lot of work, a hell of a lot of work. Going to the right people and going, I'm putting on this event, can you join? And getting endorsement from celebrities and then going, okay, tickets are £5,000 a piece. I only need 100 people.
If that, yeah.
If that.
The people are smarter now. I mean, this was less in the UK, say, 15 years ago, possibly 20 years ago. It's become more obvious to people now. But when someone pays you £5 to come to that kind of event, unless they do, they know, Kieron's selling me this event, he's going to sell me.
Yeah. At the end of the event
it's going to be a pitch fest.
Yeah, at the end of the
event. So I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
But if you charge the £5,000, think, I know what I'm getting, this is what's going on, okay, he's selling me this particular package. Yeah, it might be up there and upsell, but I know what I'm getting. So you're more likely to get a better conversion there, depending on how tight the fit is in terms of what that person's looking for.
Yeah.
Coming back to your ideal customer profile, like we talked about on previous episodes.
But the kicker in all of this is getting the celebrity endorsement, charging the money for the event is all well and good, but you've got to be able to deliver.
Yeah, over-deliver.
If you're telling me that you can turn my marginal business that's making £5,000 a month into a 7-figure business in 18 months, you better be damn sure you can deliver.
And that's how I always put a money back guarantee on it.
Yeah.
And if I can't show you, I mean, it's up to you to do it.
You've still got to do the work.
Yeah, but if you come there and you think, you promise you were going to show me, after having seen what you said, I don't believe it, I'll be money back. Because I've wasted your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there was a point that you talked about in terms of pricing. Because I've actually not done a lot of work on this over the years.
Just
most people,
I mean, enough work to put a book out, let's be honest. 2 books,
I used to have a whole talk on pricing. That's how I started my speaking career journey as a speaker on pricing many years ago. And most
so you know a little bit about it.
A tad bit. Most people use the 2 most common ways to price. First one is they work for somebody, they fall out, I think they do something different, usually better.
And undercut them.
Undercut them. I think, well, hold a minute. So you were working for Kieron, and you're saying you've got a bit better, let's say you're selling a product, you've got a better product now, because he was doing everything wrong. Yeah, that's why you left him. But you're going to charge 10% less than him. Where's the sense in that? And secondly, what people say, I've done my market research, and I've found 15 players in this marketplace over here that do what I'm doing, and I've taken the average price, or I've come in the cheapest because I'm new and things. That's the worst thing you can do.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Don't do it.
So there has to be a political science. And the best one that people I actually hear, Kieran, you don't understand my customers, Shaz. They all want cheap stuff. Really? Okay. So they should be wearing the cheapest shoes they could have bought.
Oh, no, they wear Louis Vuittons.
They shop at the cheapest supermarket that anybody can think of. I don't want to name, but you know the name. Yeah.
They wear Gucci and Versace and Armani.
They buy the cheapest car available on the market.
Oh, no, he's driving a brand new 2024 plate.
You know, so why do you think they just want cheap? Oh, I didn't quite think of it that way. Well, don't prejudge.
Yeah.
Just because some might say to you they want it cheap, doesn't mean they all want it cheap.
But also, if your product is good and it is worth the money you are charging for it, if somebody's not willing to spend the money on it, that's fine. Don't take it as an insult. Take it as an affirmation that you are doing the right thing.
100%.
Because there are plenty of people out there who will spend the money on a good product. If I want something, say, I like computers.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to buy a new computer, do I just go in and buy an off-the-shelf computer, or do I buy the bits and build it myself because I know what I'm doing?
Oh.
Well, I buy the bits because I know it's going to be better.
Of course, yeah.
It's going to be slightly cheaper because I'm not paying anyone to build it for me. I'm building it myself. All right, fine. But do I spend days and weeks comparing products and going, well, that one's good for this, that one's good for this, and researching so I understand what I'm looking at? Yeah. Because I've got two processors here. They look basically the same. That one's slightly cheaper. I'll get that. All right, I don't know what I'm looking at. I've done the research. Got two processors here. That one outperforms that one by twice as much, but it's £100 more. But it's twice as good. For an extra £100, I'm spending the extra money because I know what. So now suddenly the value of that extra £100 is worth so much more.
Worth more to you. It's worth spending it, exactly. With that,
that's the kicker.
Pricing, and I think this is very important. Creating exclusivity.
Yep.
Because that helps you automatically, very quickly, create a premium offering.
Well, we'll go back to our webinar. £5,000 a ticket, but there's only 50 tickets.
And then obviously you limit accessibility depending on what you're selling, especially in the service industry.
Yeah.
If you're the guru, the celebrity, the person they wanted to work with, and you can say, I only work with 5 people every year. I've already got 4 in the books, so I can take on one more person, for example. And that's you just stick to that.
Yeah. And if it's not you, it's not you. It'll be somebody else. I don't mind.
Yeah.
And don't be callous about it, but be firm.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be you. If I'm not the right fit for you, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You'll find someone who's the right fit for you, and my team will even help you do that.
Yeah.
But I only work with 5 people a year. If you want to be one of those, it costs this much.
And the real smart people there, and this happens more in the US than here, we're not the right fit, but I've got somebody else who I think would be the right fit for you, and you'll be the right fit for them. Here's John over here. It's affiliate marketing. John, here you go. I'm sending you Kieran. He can't afford to buy my package, which is £50,000 a year. He says his budget's about 25,000. I think you're better suited to him anyway. And if he makes the sale, gives you some back-end commission.
Yeah.
I know in the UK we're not that much into back-end commission. In the US, it's a big thing.
That's massive. But I mean, in the US, mindset is much bigger than it is in the UK.
Different, very different.
And
it was an eye-opening experience the first time I went them.
Yeah.
For training and education. Very, very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
And when you're building this exclusivity in your pricing to get your perceived status, also
status.
You got me questioning myself now.
Status.
It's
American status.
Ah, yeah. Well, we were talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's why you did it. That's what I picked up on. Yeah.
Tell the story. Why is it what it is? Why am I going to spend 5, 10, 15, 20,000 pound with you as a guru?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my story started way back in the 1980s. That hurts.
The Blackie story, the origin story.
Yeah, the Batman story. You know, and I went through this hardship. I learned this. I don't want you to make the mistakes I made. I can accelerate your learning. I can help you. Tell me the story. And suddenly, and because of all of these things, I've now got to where I am now. And, you know, the fact that you're listening to this means you agree that you think I'm good at what I do. So I'll take that as an endorsement. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. But if you want to take this journey further and you want to see how the story ends, come join me on my journey, and I'll join you on yours, but it's going to cost you this amount.
And it's not even a cost.
It's an investment.
It's an investment. So I think you're right.
And now it becomes and like you say, it's an investment. So it's no longer a cost. It's how can I afford this? Can I afford not to do this?
Can you afford not to do it? And look at the ROI, the return on investment. So that's the story. We've also already covered in terms of making the experience different and offering exceptional customer service and experience.
Absolutely,
We've
always.
covered leverage high-profile endorsements and partnerships, affiliate programs, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered about making sure that the premium product has very different luxury premium branding with it.
I mean, as premium branding versus standard branding. Toyota and Lexus. Same brand.
Yeah.
Right? Toyota, and the reason Lexus came around is because Toyotas weren't selling in America. So they decided to redevelop a brand of Toyota for the American market.
Yeah.
And it was luxury exports for the US.
And a very different car.
Yeah. But
in every way.
But think about this. Luxury exports
Mm-hmm.
for the US. Yeah. Lexus. It's where the name comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still Toyota. It's still a Toyota.
Yeah, Lexus, yeah. And it worked.
And they absolutely
it works to this day.
Yeah. Lexus is a luxury brand.
Yeah.
And they're good cars. I've never driven one, but allegedly they're good cars.
Well, I was that close to getting one. Do you remember? I
did
this, messed around so much, maybe wait 10 months.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen, so.
Yeah, exactly.
But BMW again.
Yeah. But that's the thing. But, you know, you want to talk about, and again, we're bringing it back to, perceived value, high value, German engineering. Quality. Yeah. Swiss timepieces.
Yeah.
Swiss chocolate.
Yep.
You think of quality.
Mm.
The
Japanese electronics.
These places have turned their nation into an endorsement on. Yeah, I could run a shop from Switzerland. I mean, not directly, but hypothetically, I could have a shop in Switzerland selling watches, and say, providing that I meet all the requirements and all the rest of it, Swiss-made watch. Instantly,
different perception.
Before I even do any other marketing, the fact that I have Swiss-made watch in my branding gives it value.
Yep.
It allows me to charge more.
And there's interesting thing about all that as well, by the way, and then how Casio came in.
Yeah.
And did a phenomenal job as well. And very different marketplace, by the way.
Yeah, very, very different marketplace.
You think earlier, keep it cheap and stack it high type of thing. But they broke into our market.
Yeah. And I mean, they broke in hard.
Yeah. Yeah, because now you've got a watch with a battery. Swiss watches weren't about batteries, were they?
No. They were about exceptional timekeeping. And they weren't watches. They were timepieces.
But both work.
Yeah.
So there's a huge enough marketplace out there to be different.
Yeah.
Obviously, Casio disrupted the marketplace and did a fantastic job. Next is control the narrative through PR and media. And again, we've covered this, I think, throughout the last 6 or 7 episodes when we're talking about positioning. Again, this is
Storytelling 101.
Yeah.
Control the narrative.
And marketing.
Yep. And
you want people to talk about you, give them something to talk about.
Yeah.
Simply, isn't it?
Yeah. When you talk about, okay, it's not so much now, but it certainly was when we were younger. You talked about Apple, you talked about Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
You talked about his story, where he came from. You talk about Microsoft, you talk about Bill Gates. You talk about the story of, it's a well-known story of when somebody else bought him a newspaper. And then he went back really wealthy and bought the newspaper, and he said no because it doesn't have the same value.
Yeah.
But you know these stories, you know these origin stories.
And finally, to wrap this whole big topic up, is focus on high quality content and thought leadership.
Yes.
It's easier than it's ever been.
Yeah, it really is.
You want your own radio show? Podcast. You want your own TV program or show? YouTube. So on, so forth.
Yeah, so good. So
You want
easy,
your own
so straightforward.
magazine articles? LinkedIn and all the others. Okay, they're phenomenal. TikTok. It's just use it, leverage it.
Yeah, leverage social media and leverage other people's interests in what you do.
But that was a mammoth topic, wasn't it? Which
It
took us
was.
5 or 6 episodes. But it's been a good deep dive, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So I hope our listeners,
it's
viewers,
been useful.
you find it useful. Implement it. Come back to us. Tell us what works, what doesn't work, so we can learn, and then we can share more with you. Until next week, take care for now. Bye bye.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio.